Hey guys, it's Kiwi. Welcome to another video and welcome to One Piece chapter 1005, and I'm with a couple people here. So let's introduce Aiki. Let's get him here. Hello, Aiki. Uh,
Hello.
and introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ike. I've been into anime for, I guess, since I was a little child, almost like 4 or 5 years old, all the way back to when I used to live in Japan. Um, Especially One Piece is one of the biggest ones. As soon as it came out, I was definitely watching One Piece, and I've been
Yeah.
stuck with it ever since.
And let's bring our special guest, Akuma. Hi, introduce yourself, Akuma. Are
Hello,
you there, bud?
my name is Akuma.
Hello.
Hello,
Yeah,
can you?
we got you. Yes.
My name is Akuma. I've been watching anime since I was a little kid. When my stepdad introduced me to it, I've been in love with it ever since. And one of my, main things I like to do is talk a lot of One Piece. So thank you for having me on here. Uh, yeah, sorry, I'm a little nervous.
You're okay. And then we have our special guest, Pizza. Pizza, come.
You. I'm happy
Yeah.
to be here again.
Yes. And Pizza, introduce yourself.
Yeah, I'm Pizza. You can call me Pizza Bart or Pizza-Kun, which one you prefer. I've had a little change of name. Oh, I'm not sitting well. What can I say more about myself? Well, I got introduced by a friend of mine on on Naruto and like the Naruto Get site, back in the day. I saw One Piece, I checked it out, instantly got hooked, and now I'm here reviewing episode 1005.
Yes.
We have come,
Is everybody excited?
we've come a long
You already
way
know
here.
I was hyped about
Okay.
it.
All right. So we're not, so how do you guys think of the chapter? If everybody has their manga thing, and if you still remember, what do you guys think? And for me, I'm hyped because I had the Luffy hat, and to commemorate, we have the red.
Nice.
So, how do you guys like the chapter so far?
I mean, finally we get some Robin action.
Yes.
It's been a
Yes.
long time.
It's exactly what we needed.
Finally.
Yes, we do. Honestly, like as much I love Robin, her powers, like you said last time, was OP. Like
Oh, yeah.
you can do whatever you want with that. Like you see what she did to Black Maria, just slap that thing. Like
Yeah. Man, she needed to get yeeted. I'm not going to lie. She really did.
She's way
She
too
was-
cocky.
She was driving me crazy.
she was slapping, and she was doing that to our man, like Sanji is like, no, you don't do that. And I'm actually impressed with this. Like, what do you think? What is your dislike with this chapter, and what is you like about this chapter? Let's go with Ike.
So one of the biggest things I liked about the chapter in the first place is as soon as they started it, they kind of built that whole momentum with Sanji. Kind of like they didn't just right away tell him, all right, ask for Robin. They built it up more and more and more and more, adding more to it. Black Maria, torturing him, attacking him, and kind of like pushing him to that breaking point. And it kind of got him to kind of like get into his own emotions, to kind of give into himself. And I thought that part right there, all of that was well needed. That is exactly what One Piece is literally is in the first place. They always have those build-ups, always have that storytelling, and I was like, oh, this is exactly. I was like, this is gonna be bad. It's gonna be so freaking crazy when Robbie bops in.
What about you, Pizza?
I mean, I like assume that people like are gonna call out Sanji for being a little bitch because he instantly gave in to Robin, But I think like the complete opposite, because I think he's confident that like Robin will like smack her ass like
Yeah.
real good.
Mhm.
And the little detail when Robin said, when Sanji ran out and Robin said, "Be careful, it's a bit icy there," and then you see him running, 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 and then the final thing you see him fall. That was pretty funny, a little detail there.
Yeah. That's hilarious. Uh-oh. What about you, Akuma? What do you like about it?
Um, I think chapter's really great. I really like the direction that Oda's going with it, where we're not mainly focused on like what's happening on the roof of Onigashima,
Mhm.
and like Pizza was saying, like now a lot of people don't like how Sanji's being portrayed at the moment due to
Mhm.
his morals as not wanting to hit women and stuff. But
Mhm.
I think it's kind of like better that way to show that like the
Mhm.
like strength that the Straw Hats have together, So because like normally you would expect how strong Sanji is, like okay, he could
Mhm.
just break out of this real quick,
Yeah.
but like he's not as reluctant to call upon his fellow crew members to for help. And I really like that. I love
Mhm.
how he has faith in his crew members that okay, Robin's gonna pull up, everything's gonna be all right. I
Mhm.
really think that's dope. So yeah.
Anything that you dislike about this chapter? Anything that you do? What about you, Aiki? Do you have anything that you dislike about it?
Yeah, you know what? I actually did. I
Mhm.
think one of the things I disliked is kind of like the emphasis on of everyone just like, ah, man, I can't believe he's kind of like
Mhm.
saying it like that, and they're kind of looking down on him and stuff like that. Oh, everyone's hearing this. The whole this is a trap, and I think that part right there is like I felt like a couple of them should have kind of understood Sanji, which if you saw, Nami definitely understood him. She was like, oh yeah, seriously. She was like, he must be up against a woman. He's like, there's no reason he's doing this right now. And like, I think that part right there, she noticed him before everyone else did, kind of. And I thought it was kind of messed up how everyone was kind of looking down on that portion. Which honestly,
Mhm.
how is he gonna fight them? He doesn't fight women. Like, how is that supposed to happen?
Yeah.
So I thought that's one part I was kind of disappointed about. Not really, but I felt like that was kind of like coming from the buildup of him going to it into that, and then going to that epic moment. I thought we could have done without that portion. I felt like.
Yeah. What about you, Pizza? What is you
Uh,
dislike about the chapter? Like any dislikes?
I mean, to be honest, I think that X Drake said that comment, right? That that must be a trap or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I mean, if it's like someone that is out of the group, like not of
Mm-hmm.
the official like Straw
Mm-hmm.
Hats, I mean, I could assume people would
Mm-hmm.
think it's a trap.
Mm-hmm.
But like Ike said as well, like Nami knew instantly that it was a woman. So I don't
Mm-hmm.
think there's any downside on this chapter, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
One of the funniest thing as well that Momonosuke went up to Yamamoto's fucking booth. You know,
I saw
he's like,
that.
"Huh."
Yeah.
I was expecting more of like
Yeah.
a perverted
Yeah.
reaction, but he
Yeah.
was hella confused. So
Yeah.
I don't have any like
Mm-hmm.
details that you could hammer on. It was just, in my
Having
opinion,
some real
like
technical difficulties here.
Oh, that you're fine. What about you, Akuma? Do you have anything you dislike about this chapter?
Well, me personally, um, I feel like I do appreciate Oda, like what I said before, is like how he's showing
Mm-hmm.
everything instead of just what's happening on the roof. But I kind of wish he would
Mm-hmm.
pace it faster, because like we got a lot of stuff to
Yeah.
cover in terms of like fights,
Mm-hmm.
interactions, and stuff like that. And I think a lot of stuff that was kind of in an important like side plot towards the beginning of Onigashima is kind of getting like overshadowed by like what's happening on the roof and certain things. So I feel like you like the pacing was a little bit better, like a little faster. It would be better since we got so much stuff to go over and do, and that's about it. And how Apu is up after he got bodied like 3 times in a row. That's kind of like
Yeah.
whack.
What was up with that?
Yeah, that's
I
what I'm
don't
saying.
know.
I'm like, bro, he got cut by Zoro. Then
Yeah.
he got messed up by X Drake, right? Because
Mhm.
X Drake did like the
Yep.
Excalibur, which is really dope
Yeah.
name for a new move, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And then this man's still getting up 1v1ing X Drake right now. He blocked Enma and X Drake at the same time. Like, what's going on, man? Like,
Yeah.
is the Pooh actually the actually the strongest? Like, what is it? Supernova? Like, dang.
Yeah. For me, about what I said, like I dislike about the chapter is a bit of like, it was very chaotic. Like one panel you go here, and then one panel thing, and you're like so confused what's going on, and it took me half to reread it again. Oh, okay, because it's so chaotic because of how Oda was creating his drawings and stuff. It took me a while, but I love the like Sanji. He said he needs to hurry up to go to the scabbard. I was a little disappointed because I wanted the match. I know everybody loves this, the match between Sanji versus King, but Marco's handling that, so we don't know, and he's trying to hurry up with the scabbard. So we don't know what's going on with that, and something's going on. So maybe the strategy that is gonna hit is one of them is gonna get died or something in a sense. So to me, I felt like that was the the bonus that I felt like it was a paid off. But one thing that I felt like I dislike, like what I like is that my girl Robin, she's getting her flight, and everybody like I want to see how she can deal with that, especially with a girl with the spiders. And spiders has different legs. She has 8, and
Mhm.
Robin gets brought a lot if you think about it. So she's much more OP than a spider. And I want to see, would she create a giant herself, or would she create a giant clone of herself, like a third gear Luffy, or would she smack that thing with 5 different large hands? You never know what she could do. Maybe she's holding back just like Zoro. Like everyone, we know that. I feel like all the straw hats throughout the thing hasn't fully what's that called? How they hasn't fully
Developed.
no. It's like haven't fully got there to their put like life and threat. When they like with Zoro's case when he was fighting with Dazbo, like Mr. One, he literally had to go to the next level in order, and they
Yeah,
were
ready for
and
the
their
high
life
diff
was
fight.
yeah. So I'm waiting for all the straw hats to get their high def fight, especially with Robin, Frankie. I can't wait to see that in the anime because Frankie will pull up some stops, and I
Yeah.
just can't wait. Like honestly, I feel like the straw hats is holding back. It's not just Luffy training. I feel like they're also training.
All right. I
So
have something I remembered though.
yeah,
So I just thought about it right now. I'm kind of like
yeah,
iffy about the fact that this spider lady comes up,
yeah,
puts on brass knuckles, and just
yeah.
starts beating Sanji. Like
Uh
I
huh.
feel like she probably had like way more other techniques that she could have used on him. I don't know, slapped her with one of the little spider little kicks or something like that, but she
Hmm.
pulled out brass knuckles. I was when I saw that, I was like, wait a minute, what? Where did those come from?
I feel like she
Oh
was
well.
just toying. I feel like she was just toying with her
Oh
with
yeah,
with
oh yeah.
Sanji. What about you,
What I
Pizza?
was
Do you have?
thinking. Oh, my bad.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go, man. It's
You
okay.
go.
Oh, what I was saying about his comment about like the brass knuckles. Well, I feel like
Mm,
she's like a spider. I feel like most of her moves would be either like web based or like poison based because
mm.
Hmm.
spiders have poison. So she doesn't want to like kill them or anything.
That's true.
So
That's
like that's
true.
probably why she's not using like poison.
I feel
Brass
like he's
knuckles.
torturing Sanji.
Oh yeah, she's
Yeah,
definitely
yeah,
because they're trying to get Robin down there.
yeah. You saw on the panel when Sanji said like Robin come above. They were all surprised that he actually
Mhm.
called her and said like, oh, he already gave in. So it's
Yeah.
Hmm.
definitely about the torturing part.
Mm-hmm.
But he's like, yeah, nah, I'm not gonna fight a woman, you know. It's
Do
like,
you do you think about with that, like they were, I think, baiting Sanji to say, if you call your Robin here, you're putting her in danger, and literally like they're testing like their basically their relationship as a crew. And what I saw that is that they were literally baiting him in, saying, if you call her down here, you're gonna purposely, like get her in danger. What kind of man are you? What kind of crew are you? And they were taunting him, but he didn't care, and he still called Robin. And guess what? Robin didn't go alone. She had a backup. It was Brooke.
Mhm.
So I love that.
The
And what do
monster
you
is
guys think
Brooke.
of it? What do you guys think of that? Like in a sense, because some people I hear like they kind of upset with that they don't like that, like with thing, and they downplay Sanji a lot. So, what are
Hmm.
you guys' um opinion with that? Let's start with Akuma.
Okay, first, I wanted to uh, say something funny. Like, I love how
Go.
even though Sanji's getting his ass beat right now, I panel up right here on my TV. The girls around him are like, "I can't
Yeah,
hold in my tears no more. This man, he'd rather die for asking for help if endangering
yeah,
his friends, bro." I'm like, "Yo,
yeah,
Sanji pulling them bitches."
yeah.
but I'm kind of glad that because I always thought that like Nami would fight like Ulti or something like that, and like Robin
Mhm,
would probably fight Black Maria because
mhm.
I don't. But I never expected really her to bring Brooke. I honestly believe she could Maria on her own because like I feel like Robin's really slept on because if
Mhm.
you
Yeah,
remember all the way back in Skypiea, remember that big ass dude that like pulled up on her while she was reading like the architect and shit like that on the wall, and he destroyed it, bro. And she completely annihilated him. Even though the fact that he was like way bigger and stronger than her, like, and it was a pretty
mhm,
brutal fight too. But like, I'm kind of glad because it kind of shows her character development as a person. Because back then, of course, she would have handled Black Maria on her own, right? That's how she would prefer it. But now she's relying on her fellow crewmates like Brooke. Like, Brooke, I need your help. Can you come with me? And of course, he's like, "Yo ho ho, I got you, girl." And I really like that. I feel like Robin's come far as a character. That's why Robin's like personally my favorite woman in like One
mhm.
Piece. I really love her. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
And
I
I
mean, as
go
go
right
ahead.
ahead. Yeah.
yeah, about what Akuba said about people sleeping on Robin. I said it like the last time in Dressrosa when he stopped Cabbage, in
Hmm.
his devil form or something. Speed doesn't affect her ability, which is already broken.
Hmm.
It's not like, yeah, oh, let me just pull up on her real quick while she can see me, in my supersonic speed, and then
Yeah.
now I'm just like, nah, you get bodied, like, bye, I mean, the funniest thing as well is when Robin said like, thank you for calling me, and before actually like going after the smack, and
Mhm.
saying like, you made my day, which was pretty cute.
Yeah. And I like the part when if I'm taking a look at the thing, um you guys know the backstory of Luffy, right? You guys know about
Mhm.
the backstory of Luffy. And
Mm,
um if you think about it, the backstory of Luffy is kind of parallel to what Sanji's doing, because remembers Luffy was like getting like dangle, and on the pirate, what's his name, I
yeah,
forgot his
but,
name. He has a knuckle. He was spiking spike knuckles and
mm,
punching Luffy, and then that kind of broke my heart, because it literally reminds me of Luffy, and like Sanji's actually feeling what Luffy's feeling now, and it kind of
Mhm.
broke my heart for that. And I just started do not like Black Maria. I thought I liked her because she's a cool character. Now after she disrespect Nah, don't do that. Like,
Nah, when Robin said like, wait, let me check. Where does it say? Um,
mm-hmm,
wait, let me. I've got the panel here. Come on, where is it? Um, when Black Maria said, "Stop, Black, like I won't let you escape," and then
mm-hmm,
you see like the pet, and then you see a close up of her. Are those it? And then you see Nami. Your last words, you know,
mm-hmm.
and then you see like when the eyes are all black, you know, like she's like going
Yeah.
crazy, you know, and then you see Sanji like escaping, and then you see like a warm-hearted face, like yeah, thank you, you know, it was pretty
I
badass of her.
uh-huh. I do have a question for all three of you. Now, I'm looking at this chapter and I know there's going to be a controversy between it because, but this question is about Sanji screaming to Robin, save me. And everyone, included Chopper, everyone, even the enemy, can hear him and say how pathetic he was, or, like the Shrat already know about
Mm-hmm.
Sanji. But the rest, it's felt like, but obviously like some people are calling him, why is a straw hat trapped? They're supposed to be having the edge, and do you think this is will down their critic, like their down their critic, because they should be the ones who is taking the lead, who should be like the one, and Sanji's considered as one of the high, like, side to Luffy as
Hmm.
well. So uh, a lot of people will, like, especially not on our community, but like even in One Piece, I could literally see their expression if, like, they said like, who's this pathetic dude, like how pathetic, one of the straw hats, and then like, and then even Jinbei, who hasn't, I don't think Jinbei knows about Sanji as much, so I think that's obviously, and then like, Frankie's like, it's
Hmm.
obviously a trap, and then Nami said that because I feel like they're transmitting the thing to hear Robin, where Robin is. And so my question is, do you think that with this, do you think that the credible of, like, Sanji will go down, or do you think would, what do you think of it in your, on your on your own opinion? Sorry. Let's start with you, Aiki.
So you know what? In this portion, thinking
Mhm.
about it, as that happened, what is going on is I think it's a
Mhm.
indirect morality boost for the enemy. I think it really is. Him
Mhm.
screaming out like that, "Save me, Robin!" When they at first they're realizing that the One Piece crew is dominating them, which they
Yeah.
are, honestly, with all these
Yeah.
people, they're absolutely dominating them. Um,
Mhm.
with him screaming something like that is like I said, it definitely
Mhm.
is an indirect morality boost for the enemy, which
Mhm.
I think they might use this as momentum, to kind of like boost their own morality of the enemy portion to get them to fight harder, because of what happened. Which I think this next chapter, when we go into it and stuff like that, Sanji is going to be looked down upon. The next person he ends up finding, they're like, "Oh, you're that guy who had to yell for help, aren't you?" I think that's going to definitely have its own appearance because of what happened,
Mhm.
which I think is also going to kind of bring down their expectations, which is hopefully Sanji just comes up and yeets them. I'm not gonna lie.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully he just comes in, throws in a Diablo kick, and just wrecks them.
Mhm.
Um, I think that's one of the things we need to look forward to,
I mean,
or I think we
do
can
you
look
have a
forward to.
problem with that though? Like, in the sense of the story wise that Oda's going through with Sanji, like.
Yes and no. I had a problem in the beginning because I thought it was unnecessary. Honestly, I really
Mhm.
did. But now that I'm thinking about it, him being trapped with her like that, um, we kind of need to kind of bring it down for him, in
Mhm.
a sense, because when he goes into the next target, they're gonna
Yeah.
think he's weak, but
Mhm.
really we already know he's the top four in the crew. He's not weak, no matter
Yeah.
what. He's
Mhm.
definitely gonna put it down on them, and I
Mhm.
think he needed this moment to kind of bring it back so he can kind of show more of him in this next panel. Hopefully, in this next chapter.
Yeah.
But actually,
Um,
what I want to see is Robin in this next chapter. But that's whatever.
what about you, Pizza? Do you think Sanji's with like what Aiki's saying, like his credible, his like his the enemy
Yeah.
will think pathetic of him now, or the community? Either way, what do you think?
I
Your
mean,
opinion.
like in the community, a lot of people are gonna say like, "Oh, Sanji's a bitch," you know. But people that actually like know Sanji know that he won't beat up a woman,
Mm-hmm.
even against Monet and Punk Hazard. It's always like there's something about him that he doesn't want to fight women, even
Mm-hmm.
though like currently he's getting or was getting tortured.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact about Jinbei not knowing, like saying like, yeah, doesn't he know that everyone else can hear him? That
Mm-hmm.
also like implies that he isn't actually like really close to the others, you know. Like I mean, he doesn't have
Yeah.
any bad side against them, you know. But he just joined after what was
He
the
doesn't
whole
have
Big
like,
Island arc? Yeah,
yeah.
he joined
He
late,
doesn't-
so of course
Yeah.
he doesn't know everyone
That.
personally, you
Yeah.
know. And
Mm-hmm.
everyone in the crew know like like Robin, I mean Nami Singh is fighting against a girl,
Yeah.
so you can't really blame him, you
Mm-hmm.
know, if you actually know him. And what Ike said, yeah, it's gonna be a little morality boost on the enemy, you know, like, oh, they have
Mm-hmm.
captured someone
Mm.
of the big three, you know, Luffy, Sanji, Zoro, and Sanji is actually like one of the strongest. So it's
Mm-hmm.
definitely gonna be a morality boost. But I also hope that Sanji is actually gonna give a good beating to someone, because it's been a long time that he has
Yes.
been like
Oh yeah.
having the spotlight. But
Yes.
I hope like he bringing him Oda bringing him down a lot, and then actually giving him a fight that he deserves. You know, like against
Mm-hmm.
Joker when he was defending the others. Like he got like
Mm-hmm.
clapped
Mm-hmm.
easily, you know, which was,
Mm-hmm.
you would think he would put up a fight, but he's literally more like a joke, yeah, and I wouldn't say joke character, but like he isn't the fighter that he deserves to be shown, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty sad that you would think Oda does not like him that much. But I
Mm-hmm.
hope like he built him up to this point to show him like he's gonna like body someone like with
Yeah.
one kick or
Mm-hmm.
something, like he did with the Pacifista with Zoro.
Mm.
Yeah. What about you, Akuma? Like, do you have anything that like with how Sanji was
One Piece
screaming
man.
to everybody? Yeah, and literally like your opinions in the chapter, and also what's your opinion of what people would think, because there's a lot of debates about Sanji versus Zoro thing. So, do you want to say anything on that, or what do you want to say?
Oh yeah, I know them.
And I know Sandra's your
Uh,
favorite, so I just wanted to let you know that.
well, I personally like
Mhm.
I yeah, I've accepted the fact that Sanji is the way he is. Like I accept
Mhm.
it. I understand it. Doesn't mean I like
Mhm.
it, but like I accepted it because it's part of his character. It's not going to change because we don't like it. But like I don't know, man. I think uh, due to like the how do I say this? The like
Mhm.
posting he's getting. I'm just gonna say that from like everyone.
Mhm.
They're like, oh yeah, we'll see. You know, like he gave up just
Mhm.
like that. Like that. I feel like due to that fact that Oda's doing that with all the other characters, Sanji most likely is about to like pull up and do something amazing, and they're gonna be like, oh well, shit. I guess he wasn't a pussy. And
Yeah.
I personally would love it with like a whole like King, not King, Marco Sanji like duo thing. But I did have
Ooh.
this thought about like
Mhm.
um, Sparrow and Carrot in them, right? Because obviously they're fighting right now. Carrot, Wanda, and Sparrow fighting right now. What I thought
Mhm.
would be cool is because a lot of people sleep on Sparrow. What I thought would be cool is if like bodies Carrot in them, and once Sanji gets away, of course, Carrot's gonna be screaming out for help. Who's gonna come?
Yeah.
Sanji. right?
Sanji.
And it would kind of also like finish the plot line with like Sanji, Carrot, and Pedro. Because if you think about it, it was kind of Sanji's fault that Pedro died because they had to go to Whole Cake Island after him, and all that. And he was really like good friends with like Pedro, like how we saw, they were chilling, smoking together, like some G's, and like that would be kind of cool. You get what I'm saying? For him to, fight Perospero. I still want him to fight Queen in them, but honestly, I feel like people sleep on Marco too much to a point where like they don't think he would be able to handle himself in a 2v1.
Mhm.
I personally feel like he would, and it would be kind of cool to have Sanji fight Perospero. That's all I'm saying. Plus, he can melt the
Uh,
king.
And we definitely saw how he can handle them earlier too. He just grabbed
Yeah.
both of them,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Oh no!"
He said, "Where are you going? Get back here, boy."
Actually, I like that idea. To be honest, I really like. To be honest, I love Pedro. R.A.P. in the chat. If you guys, Pedro is an amazing character. I love him, but like I said, like it is Sanji's fault. Like kind of sense, and I felt like it's kind of a redeeming kind of way for Sanji to help Carrot out or something, because to me like Carrot lost someone very who's like a father figure to her, and it's just sad, and I felt like that was a perfect match too. But at the same time, like with Sanji, like I remember he's very smart, he's tactic, so we don't know what he's gonna pull up. Like with a lot of people, they display him with a lot of stuff, even the community, but one thing I love about Sanji, remember what he did in Enislavi? He basically removed the gate of justice. Remember, he closed that gate, and like
Mhm.
the waves and stuff, they they were about to hit the cannons, but Sanji like think ahead, like kick the gate or like the handler, so so they can't do anything to open the gate or thing, and they said, hey, call somebody to open the gate, but Sanji didn't, like he's saying. So to me, I feel like Oda is building, like, I get it, like people don't like that, but I feel like Oda is like building him to be like building him little bit and little bit, because if you can tell, he gave Sanji the raid suit, so I feel like yes, he's putting him
Mhm.
down, but at the same time he's giving him little by little to go, and I feel like that combination is gonna be an epic fight. It's gonna be like a beautiful payoff for what we see to Sanji. And I felt like that is deserving for Sanji's character. I mean, after Whole Cake, honestly, I feel like Sanji become like more of like develop more, like people might not notice, but I do, like I really like how Sanji's more caring, more things. Sometimes he's more like, I remember he's just a prick when it comes to his other guy crewmate, like even with Broke and Chopper. But when it comes to the ladies, he's such a gentleman. But now he's more like opening it up. He's more thing. And then he told Luffy that he wants to be home, like the Straw Hats, like his home, and that that's something, a character development to Sanji that I love. So yeah. Oh, you guys have any speculation to the next chapter? Any ideas? Do you want to say your theories and stuff like that? Let's start with pizza.
I mean, the most obvious is gonna be that Robin is gonna mess up Black Maria.
Mm-hmm.
That's the that's the easiest thing to know. You know that she's gonna obviously have a hard time. Black Maria.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
You have like
I
you
want
had.
I want to see what's happening with like
Mhm.
Luffy, Kid, Law, and Zoro against Big Mom and Kaido.
I mean, don't
I
forget
mean,
he's hybrid form.
Welcome,
mm,
Zapdos.
Welcome,
yeah,
Zap.
I want to, yeah, I want to see that form. So, That's what I'm hoping most. Like it's
Uh-huh.
like 1 week of Luffy and the other week the members, you know. So I'm hoping it's gonna be the next week about Luffy and the boys, you know,
Yeah.
giving Kaido and Big Mom a hard time.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Aiki?
All right. So, of course, I'm excited they finally got Robin on screen. I'm just saying, as soon as they freaking got her in there, that stiff hand right to the face, the yeet right across the face, man, that got me going. I was like, yes, finally she's in
This
here.
man's cultured. This man knows
I was
what's
like,
up. He's
let's
cultured.
go. I was like, let's go. When she came in like that, I was like, there we go. That is how you come in, especially as her. I was like, man, I am excited for this. And you know what? I think it's perfect that Brooke came in actually, because I think this is gonna set up this next chapter and a chapter after that, of course, because it's gonna give her a really good fight to focus on her, especially after everything she put Sanji through. It is absolutely gonna do amazing, and I feel like Brooke is gonna allow her to do that, especially because he's going to be able to freeze all those girls and like get them out of the way. No one will be able to interfere, even if anyone comes, just because it was technically a trap for Robin. If even if anyone comes, no matter what, he's there. He'll stop them, and she's just going to be able to just put the smackdown on Black Maria. I am absolutely. I cannot wait for that moment. I just want to see hands, just slapping her just over and over again. And I want to see something cool. I want to see a good like technique like we saw in Fish Island, like we saw on Fish Island. I don't know why I said Fish Island. During the Mermaid arc, during when they were on what is it the island with Law and all them, where she actually had embodiments of her and stuff like that. I want to see like stuff like that. Like I don't know, like Shadow Clone Jutsu style. All of a sudden she has like just Robin's popping out and just yeeting her in the face. And then, of course, like we said earlier, just like one big hand or foot just smashing her. Just because I think, she is a spider. Hey, the best way for a spider to go out, just like that.
Getting crushed.
I'm waiting for that moment. I want this next chapter to come out.
I mean, Nike, listen, she did like slap her, so.
Oh, yeah. I love that one.
So in a sense,
Backhand to the face.
Yeah.
It wasn't even a slap. It was like a stiff arm. You see the blood coming out of her mouth. I was like, oh, there we go. Honestly, I can't wait till Robin actually gets hockey. I don't know when that's ever going to happen. I hope it happens. But if she ever, and when she ever gets hockey enough to actually do armor hockey, just yeet someone in the face with her hands, oh my God.
She gets
it wouldn't surprise me if she already had hockey.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, she is one of the smartest person to ever exist on One Piece. So if she doesn't know how to use it, it would be like Oda be lacking,
Exactly.
But I'm pretty sure she knows it, but
still
hasn't
holding
used
back.
it yet.
Yeah. She definitely. I think she's still holding back. She hasn't shown everything yet. Especially how nonchalant she came out. That was so boss. How she just came out, just like And she's like, oh no, you're gonna be dealing with me. Especially the I think it was the final part where she's like, now Nico Robin, just like this is our moment and stuff like that. You belong to Kaido, and she's like, no thanks, I'd rather die. Just so calmly she says it like a boss.
Yeah.
And
what about Yakuma?
Well, I'm going to kind of venture away from like the whole Robin and Black Maria ordeal a little bit because you said theories, of course, for the upcoming chapters, and
like,
something I've been really curious about for a while is like the rest of the Big Mom pirates, right? Because we only saw Peril Sparrow pull up with Marco. They're still the book dude, I forgot Deuce or some shit like that, and like so. It's kind of weird not to include them in the whole ordeal with Onigashima because they're in the alliance thing, and and of course if they show up, it's going to be a lot harder for our alliance to succeed in this battle because you're going to have Smoothie there, and Smoothie's a monster. I don't care, nobody says she's a monster. And what I was thinking about is whole like thing with Reverie, right? Because the thing we know about Reverie is there's an attempted assassination and there's an assassination. Well, I personally, it's kind of obvious because the foreshadowing with Cobra, right? Father saying he's sick, he's close to death. So I feel like it would make most sense due to that foreshadowing that he was assassinated and Vivi was the one to get attempted to assassinate. So what I feel like would be really cool is since we're kind of loners, and we even know that due to the fact the CP0 was saying how much the Alliance is outnumbered, is that Vivi got away from Reverie. And a lot of people were asking me, how do you think she would have got away from Reverie? Well, I was like, okay, Vivi's a Straw Hat. She's technically a Straw Hat. Even in the data books, they count her as a Straw Hat. And guess who else is there at Reverie? The Straw Hat Grand
Sabo.
Fleet. I'm thinking she escaped with the Grand Fleet, the Straw Hat's Grand Fleet, and she said, "I need to go to Luffy." If you get where I'm going with this, like I'm thinking that part of the Grand Fleet Alliance, all of them, but part of them, is going to pull up to Wano, and the reason they're not here yet is because they're currently fighting the Big Mom Pirates, the remnants of them. That's why the Big Mom Pirates hasn't showed up yet. The Grand Fleet hasn't showed up yet. It would be kind of cool because we do need help right now. Like a lot of like the Scabbards, those are some of like our strongest people there. Exclude Straw Hats, like it would go the Straw Hats and the Scabbards. They're all fucked up right now. I mean, they're all messed up right now. My bad. So we need help. So I was thinking that'd be a really cool plot point too. In upcoming chapters, maybe it could be like end of Act 3, we see a panel of the Grand Fleet fighting the Big Mom Pirates.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because it kind of just pulled away from that, huh?
I want to say my theory. I've been bugging, like I told this to Aiki, but I've been holding it because I don't know how to think, but I want to say my theory for so long. So my theory was with Vivi too, with what happened to her. And I feel like Vivi, like Inkzuma is targeting Vivi, and I felt like Inkzuma, was like when they were. I feel like she's like, this is like a, it's just a theory. Don't contradict me or anything, but I feel like she's like she's like a like connected to Poseidon. I feel like she's connected to Pluton, like an ancient weapon, and I feel like that's why Inkzuma is targeting Vivi in a sense. And as much as Cobra is interesting. Like he and Robin had a conversation with him down in Alabasta about the poneglyph, and he wants to ask that question to the Gorosei. And you know how the Gorosei is; they would not let that thing go, so they would kill him. Basically, they would shut him down. So I feel like that Cobra died, and they blamed it on Sabo in a sense because Sabo was there too in Reverie. And I feel like with Vivi, she's in danger, and I felt like Sabo was saving Vivi while fighting two of the admiral. He can take on one, but he can't take on two. We have Fujitora there and Green Bull. So we had there. This is before they were capturing like the Shishibukai. So that incident, and I felt like the kingdom of Alabasta is in danger because I felt like they're gonna get a buster call. They're gonna get wiped out because of what Cobra did. So that's why I felt like it's a very dangerous situation, and I felt like the world is gonna change outside of the thing. And I feel like mostly, like, I like your Akuma, your the Gland Fleet coming in, but I like how if she would be more if she stayed with the revolutionary. And reason is because Dragon has connections to that, like he, like with Robin, he might connections and tell, hey, you may be connected to the ancient weapon or something, or your family through generations was an ancient weapon at one point in time. I mean, we didn't know what Poseidon is until we found out that Poseidon was a mermaid and she was Shirahoshi. So we don't know if the ancient weapon are like humans or she's the catalyst that will activate Pluton. Yeah, we know that Pluton is a ship, but who doesn't say that she's also a part of like to be the only person to activate as an Nefertari family. And I feel like that Dragon is know this secret, and his wife was also a member of the Nefertari family as well. And that I felt like they were in danger, and she's feeling in danger, and she's the only Nefertari that that stayed there
Hmm.
because Insama knows about the situation and wanted to keep it, but they killed her to make sure that no ancient weapon got revived, to make sure that the void century would not be repeating whatsoever. So I feel like that's the reason why Dragon was really upset. Is he was like, I feel like he was a marine at one point, but he found out the truth, and that was Luffy's mom, and Luffy's mom is part of the Nefertari family. And I feel like with that makes sense. I felt like it would makes more sense why Vivi had to be left behind at that time in Alabasta, is because Oda is saving her into a part. She's gonna be playing a biggest role part in the series, and I feel like that's why he's saving her to that point. And like for me, like I could see her changing some stuff and being friend, like I can see like Luffy being friendly with two of the ancient weapon, and it's dangerous because it would be more like with what Whitebeard is saying, and having all three of them is like having to conquer the world basically. So to me, I feel like that was something that I wanted to just say, like so
If you don't care,
pizza.
uh,
Yeah.
if you don't
Sure.
care, I'd like to add on to that because, like, I really like that theory. But I do believe you're right in some sense that the fact that Vivi is connected to the ancient weapon, but I don't believe it's Pluton. I believe it's Uranus. And the reasons I think this, right, is because, I mean, so we know Pluton is bad, right, destroying of
Yeah.
lands. We know
Yeah.
Poseidon is the seeking thing, controller of the
Mhm.
seas. So it makes
Mhm.
sense that Uranus is the controller of the skies, weather, stuff like that, right? You know, just like process of elimination. If you won't not have two that can destroy island. You'd want something in
I
the sky
feel
so you
like
control.
it, I get
And
what you're saying, but I feel like it's more Nami. That's why I was saying Nami's would be, because she can predict the weather. She can feel the weather. She basically can control the weather
well,
in a sense.
we
So
actually got an instance where we see someone controlling the weather,
yeah.
right? Okay,
Mhm.
so let's go to Fishman Island real quick, so we can
Okay.
like set the tone, so you understand the base for what I'm about to say. Okay, so in the flashback, Shirahoshi's mom was
Mhm.
saying that you got to keep Shirahoshi calm, or she'll activate her powers as Poseidon. If
Yeah, I
she
know that.
gets irrational or emotional, the Seekings will come to aid her, right? Right?
That's
Okay,
true.
so I believe that Vivi herself is Uranus. Fuck. And so, because like, if you go back all the way to Alabasta, right? All the way back then and there, the battle in the courtyard is happening. She's at the clock tower. Pell just sacrificed himself to stop the bomb. She's trying to tell everyone to stop. She starts crying, getting angry, and then what happened? It starts to like they haven't had rain in years. And right as she gets emotional, it starts pouring down rain. It be no coincidence. I think that's why the world government is
I
trying
feel
to assassinate Cobra and Vivi because like the world government knows what's up. They know what each of the ancient weapons are. They don't know how to obtain them, but they know what they are. They know one's a mermaid, one's a battleship, one's something else. And for
uh-huh.
like Vivi to be included into you remember when Emu was had the wanted posters and stuff? For
Yeah,
her to
that's why
be
I was
included
trying
in the interest of the world's ruler with all these
to.
other calamities of men. You got Luffy who took down three facilities and is basically conquering the world. And
Mm-hmm.
then you got Blackbeard, the man who just ate another devil fruit, is became a Yonko within 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
But then you got a princess of a nation. Two of those things, one of those things is not like the others. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like that's why she's important to the story. Sorry, I didn't
Mm,
mean to go on a tangent
that's
there.
but from like I can see what your point is, but for what I see is that with like I feel like she with because it like for me it's like with Crocodile situation with the Alabasta, like for me like when Luffy throw Crocodile, like the rain started, it's like a symbolization saying, hey, I defeated it, and then rain coming down. It was like a symbol. Like you remember what happened to like when Luffy got strike into lightning. People even Zoro said, "Is this a divine intervention? Was he a chosen one or something?" But we didn't know. Like at first, we didn't know that Luffy is immune to lightning. We should have known in our head that he should
Rubber.
like rubber. So in a sense, it's they portrayed that he's gonna die. We were scared, but in a sense, oh wait, he's rubber. Of course he's gonna survive, and not just Buggy. But what I'm trying to say is that when Luffy defeated the crocodile and symbolizing, Vivi saw that as a way of saying that Luffy was wow. Luffy literally came true to what he really said, that he will beat up Crocodile. And I felt like that rain, and that I feel like uh the it's not the dance powder that is the problem. I feel like Crocodile was using his powers to make sure there won't rain in Alabasta, and in order to do that he was needs to be unconscious and defeated, and the rain was like a symbolization of that, and it was so beautiful. I loved how the symbolized work on that. And the reason I felt like Vivi was like Pluton is because I felt like I'm not saying she's Pluton, but I feel like she's the catalyst. Like like she's the only one who can activate it, Pluton. Like we have a ship, it's a giant ship. We know it's a very ship, but we don't know who can activate that. Maybe someone who's a chosen one or something. And we saw like with the wanted posters, we saw
Inosuke.
Luffy. Yeah, with Luffy and Blackbeard and Shirahoshi. I feel like Luffy, Inksamus remembering Joy Boy, and Blackbeard. Oh shoot, this is Quebec, Sabec, and Poseidon could be one of the ancient weapon, and he knows that, and it's time to target Vivi because was, you know, Vivi was like some kind of connected to the ancient weapon. For me it's like if it's Uranus is a control weather, I feel like it's more Nami, because it don't make sense to me if Nami has like Oda doesn't say that Nami has observation hockey or thing. Even Vivi complimented her even when she was sick, that this girl can predict the weather, that she literally can sense when this weather's come and get the crew get going before the weather comes. And it was so
Kiwi,
insane. And
I'm not
I
trying
know,
to downplay you or anything, but like
yeah,
there are people in our world that can like look at the sky and like predict the weather.
but not as
I'm
but
just saying,
I'm not
like I'm
Maybe
just
and
saying, and like
meteorologists and stuff
but
like
it's
that. I
yeah,
would see
like
that, but
but
that's
it's
not.
not as good
They
as
can't just predict the weather by looking at the sky. That's the thing that Nami has is actually very intricate. Because you know what?
I mean,
Yeah, we can see storms brewing and stuff like that. She sees it before it starts to brew.
I mean, we we
She's
we know of
Um,
people in the
but
story that
you
unconsciously
but you
use
forgetting, hold
observation
on.
hockey,
wait,
like in
wait, do you,
Alabasta when Zoro's fighting Daz Bones,
Yeah.
like he used observation hockey to tell where his sword was, like, but he didn't know he had observation hockey. Like,
But
there's
like
people that
I get that,
unintentionally
but
knowing it.
I'm just saying like with Nami, she literally can feel when the weather like she it's around her pretty.
uh,
Even Vivi stated that this girl, even when she was in her sick like she was super sick, that she can feel the weather even when Nami can't, like, like more to predict the thing. She can literally feel the weather and automatically knows the decision to take. To me,
Yeah,
like, that's some sense of like, I like that sense of more advanced, like, I don't like that, don't make sense, like, honestly.
Have you guys watched Hunter x Hunter? I mean,
Hunter.
bro, uh, nah. For me, it's Hunter
And
x Hunter,
save
bro.
that
No,
to the anime talk. Don't
no, no,
say
no,
Yeah,
no. But like, in the beginning, when he's on the ship, when Gon is on the ship, he also
mhm.
feels the weather like coming in a bad direction.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like
So
it's
it's like a bit of the same. He could smell it, and Nami's like she feels literally the
Yeah, she
weather
can
changing in her
literally
body.
feel
You
it.
know,
Yeah. And that's
like
why
her woman intuition. You know.
no, but I don't understand, like, that don't make, like, that's why I said, like, Oda didn't clarify that kind of thing, because it's like she can literally feel it. Even Vivi said, like, this is impressive for her, she can feel the weather. And then to me, like, why is Oda hasn't stated this? Like, and we already talk about like the observation hockey. And in my head it's like there's no way this is observation hockey, because the way Nami's doing is that she's feeling it, and also like before it hits too, predicting it. Like, it's way too advanced to say that she's using a way advanced version of it, of hockey, then, because she literally can feel the weather, she can literally predict the weather. So that don't make sense, like,
But
honestly.
I mean, even when the 2 year gap, the Sword's head, Nami was on the Sky Island, literally like
Mhm,
the weather boys. You know, like they
mhm.
were all um like
Yeah.
how do you say it? Nami was like a novice, you know, like she knew her
Mhm.
things, but she wasn't an expert.
Yeah.
And I mean, wouldn't it be more like sensible that it was like now that she actually is a master of like weather, because like she can
Yeah.
control shit
Yeah.
freely. I mean,
Yeah.
she talked Poseidon out of Big Bubble. It
Yeah.
was like her own soul imbued in it, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a big flex if you ask me.
welcome to the stream, Victor.
Welcome to the stream, Victor.
Who's
So I'm,
Victor?
The person that just joined.
yeah,
Oh,
I love
yo.
love the name, but I'm just saying, like, I feel like with like Vivi plays the role, like that's why Oda didn't, invite Vivi, and that's why I wanted to. Anyone besides that, does anybody have any theories they want to share? Like Pizza, I know you love theories. Do you have any theories you want to share? Let's
Oh,
let's do with Zoro, Enma. What do you think about that?
I mean, I'm kind of happy for him, you know, in a way that he got a sword that he's like in the beginning when he got like the Sandai Kitetsu, was it?
Yeah.
I mean when I first saw that episode, he's like in a sword shop taking out the weapon, you know, the sword, and he's like, you know, like this one is fishy. And then like he knew instantly that it was something wrong with that sword, because he's like, I mean, he is. It's so weird if you think about it. Nami has something with weather. Zoro has something with sword. I mean, we gotta
Mm-hmm.
see Sanji with food. You know, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it's with Enma is. I mean, it's so. I hope he gets the other one, but I don't know which. I mean, if he's gonna use a
I,
fourth
I feel
fourth
like he's
style, you
gonna
know.
get the other one as a reward for saving Wano. I feel like he's gonna get that.
But I mean, he wouldn't like put away his sword, his like the white sword, you know. I forget. I always forget the
No.
name.
Uh
But
um
then it's gonna be Sunlight Kitetsu. But then there's
Waluigi Monkey.
He can't get rid of
yeah,
that one. I
Yeah.
feel like he can't.
no, no,
That
no, no,
one's gonna
just
stay with him for the rest of his life.
yeah,
It's
but
like Luffy's straw hat. He is
uh,
not going to
yeah, but
Yeah,
then there, if he would he give away the Sunlight Kitetsu like to the Sword Master, because
I
he
think something's gonna have to break. Honestly,
I think wait like one of the Gorosei people speculated he has the first Kitetsu.
Mm-hmm.
When we were in Wano,
Hmm.
the Sandai Kitetsu was introduced, I think, or the Young
Mm-hmm.
Kitetsu, I don't know.
Mm.
So and that guy said like my grandfather or my father made that sword, and
Mm-hmm.
Luffy just yanked it out of his place, you know. So I think if Zoro's gonna get the second sword of Oden,
Mm-hmm.
then then his Kitetsu will go to the guy's shop or place, you know, because it's more of a memento, or how do you say momentum? Memento?
Memento.
Yeah, I think that. So
Mm-hmm.
he gives it back. He gives another sword back to Wano, which it originally came from,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah.
But Zoro would be on a whole different level if he actually gets the other sword, like from Oden. Because if he masters the black sword and he has the Enma, he has the other sword, and he has his like favorite sword, you know, and he makes them black, like how Mihawk did his with his own weapon.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, no one's gonna be able to touch Zoro after that.
Yeah.
Mihawk is gonna have a hard time dealing with Zoro. Then like his boredom is gonna be like, oh shit, what have I created? I've created a monster, you know,
Mm-hmm.
because like I still don't know how the
Mm-hmm.
world government is gonna try to take down Mihawk. You know, I mean, he's a one man crew. He's just chilling around with his boat,
Mm-hmm.
slicing everything he wants. I mean, it's gonna be an epic fight between Zoro and Mihawk then.
Yeah. What I know I already asked this to Aiki because our Aiki already responded to this, but what do you think of like I didn't get your answer last time in the like the last stream we had because we were so I wanted to know your question about it. Like, do you think that it's a well trade, like changing Emma to Sisui? Like, do you think that is a good trade for Zoro? Or was it a bad trade?
I think for
Uh,
this fight is a good trade. I definitely do think for this fight it's definitely a good trade
Yeah.
because you know what he needs it honestly. He absolutely needs it, and it's kind of to the point where they wouldn't be doing anything without it. They
Mm-hmm.
just wouldn't. Right now, the only two people doing damage, like we said before, it was Luffy and Zoro.
Mm-hmm.
The other people who are doing things just not really moving in the direction that they wanted to move. But at least with them, they're putting as much damage as they can down. Um, but on the sense of like, I guess him possibly having to choose another sword, man, that is, I don't know. Maybe in this portion, he may be able to. Actually, I think we talked about it last time. He's only
Mm-hmm.
talking about one sword that he has to release. But I think
Mm-hmm.
earlier in the chapters, they did talk about that. You know what? A true samurai or a true swordsman is able to bring the potential out in that sword to create a black sword. For all we know, this is his moment to turn his original white sword into something like what he's holding right now. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe he won't even keep the enema or anything like that. Maybe he might give it back to them. He might give it back to Odin's son, and
Yeah.
then he might
wasn't
just you know.
Enma of the girl? What's her name
Theory.
called again? Yeah,
Sorry.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
she gave it to him as
Hmm.
or a gift or like a trade between Shisui
Oh
and
yeah.
her sword, you know.
But
So I
after
think
all of this, you know, him becoming like you know the person who he is, or he's supposed to be. He's supposed to be the new king. The king cannot be without a weapon. That's just something that I'm thinking in the back of the head. So like maybe he might bring this full potential out of the sword. They might give him a different sword, and then he might give that back to them. I just it's just so many things that could happen.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that I honestly think needs to happen, and he needs to bring out the full potential of his other swords. That is absolutely what he has to do. Because just cutting Kaido, which is one sword, is not doing enough. It isn't.
Okay. Everyone who's watching this stream, and we have 5 people watching. If you have any questions about the chapters or any questions about One Piece, please comment below or the live stream so that we can see it, so we can answer all your questions. If you have any questions for us and stuff, so we will answer that for you. All right. Um. What about you, Akuma? What do you think of Zoro's sword? Like Enma. Are you there?
Oh, his mic.
Oh, I think his mic. Yeah, I think he still needs to reset his mic. So
Uh,
so far, I want you guys. I want to talk about something that like I watched yesterday, and Ike already know about this, but there's like some mysteries and stuff.
Hello.
Oh, hi! There you go.
Oh, dang it! My stuff messed up. Oh, can I
what's
still
up
answer the
with you,
question
man?
or no?
Yeah, go right ahead. Yeah, go
Oh,
right ahead.
what I was saying is with the whole Zoro sword ordeal, I don't think he's going to get to the point where he's like, okay, I'm going to trade this sword for this sword. I think for a point for him to get a new sword is for the cursed sword to break, honestly, because
Oh.
like we know. I don't think he'd really trade another sword for another sword. You know,
Mhm.
I feel like it would
Yeah,
have to
wouldn't.
break in order for him to get a new one. And you might be thinking, okay, he breaks mid battle, but he's not as strongest unless he has 3 swords. But you got to remember who just showed up and came from the dude with the other sword, Tama. So she could bring this sword to him. And it's a lot of people are saying like, oh, why would the guy give his sword to him? You know, like I don't know, man. Like if you just saw this green haired dude pull up, pick up a sword only one other person in history could ever pick up, master it in like 2 days, I mean, you would think that guy is worthy to handle a cursed sword, wouldn't you? I mean, that's all I'm saying. So I feel like he's
Even
going to get the old man's sword. His sword's going to break. There's no going to be like giving back of Enma because that's like a gift. And in Japanese culture, you don't like reject a gift. Like you don't give
Yeah.
back a gift. It's like very disrespectful. So like I feel like his sword's gonna break. He's gonna get um the other one from the old man, and Tom's gonna bring it to him.
I mean, didn't he already notice that he was using a Kitetsu sword, or was it
I mean,
when
yeah,
Zori?
Luffy.
Yeah, he said Luffy that sword for a second. Luffy's like, nah, bro,
Yep.
Yeah,
get
no,
your
no, no.
own
I
sword.
know. Yeah, but the swordsman, like the guy that Luffy stole it from, has he seen Zoro with that sword?
Yeah, because they went to his house when they like
Yeah.
regrouped and everything.
Yeah,
Remember?
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Remember,
Yeah.
Akiku
Yeah.
gave the sword back to the guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
So
mean,
yeah.
even
And then
though
Kimo was
Zoro,
like, Zoro, if I was you, I wouldn't pick up that sword if I was you. There's only one person in all of history who could use it. And did y'all know, just a cool fact, that the guy who made Enma is the same guy who made Wado? Did y'all know
Mhm.
that?
yeah.
Yeah, I know
Okay.
that.
Thought I was about to hit
Yeah.
some crazy fact.
We already know that. That was in the
Did
movie.
you know everyone who likes Sanji Cigarette dies? Ace did it. Pedro did it. Hey, listen. I ain't like that
Hey,
dude's cigarette. Nah.
So you're saying Sanji
hey,
next? Is that what you're saying? Because he likes his all the time.
hey, no,
Sanji gonna
I
die.
want to lit that one up, man. I want to lit that one up. Give it to me, man. I want to lit it up.
Man, so, Sanji right now,
comes to
man.
you.
I
Nah,
just yeah.
Sanji just
really
comes to you.
needs
Can I borrow
stick
your
out his
lighter?
neck
Nah,
line.
not your own. Get your own. Light it with your leg. You can catch your leg on fire. Why do you need a lighter?
I mean, I got a question for you guys, by the way. I don't think I have that one though.
Sure.
I mean, we have spoken about One Piece a lot in a few weeks, I guess. The devil fruit. If you could choose one, like anyone, which
Luffy's.
one would you choose and why?
I want to say it. Okay,
I mean,
first I would pick Luffy's.
yeah, go first.
Luffy's fruit is
Can go this way
Luffy's
first.
fruit is overboard. Listen, nobody can kill me with bullets. Okay, first off. Okay, and what I would do is I would become an MMA fighter, and they can't hit me because I wouldn't be able to take blunt damage. So I would just stand there until they tire out, one punch them, get rich. Hey, listen, I'm on the I'm living in the 3020. I'm living in 3021 right here. Like, uh, that's what I do. Deadass. Get rich
Ike
quick
Sensei, you
scheme.
got offended, man.
I see what he's saying.
I mean, Ike, you go, man. Which one would you choose?
You know what? Honestly, out of all of the ones, there's so many there's so many really good fruit to pick, but I honestly would pick Robin's fruit.
Yeah.
I would pick Robin's
That's
fruit,
my
and
second
I've
pick.
actually been thinking about it for a while because you know what? Honestly, she can if she trains hers to the highest level she can make multiple forms of herself. Multiple. She can form them to whatever she wants. She can have
I get no
extra
bullshit.
arms. She can have extra people. yeah, exactly. And then on top of that, as long as she trains herself and stuff like that, she can also use hockey. So now thinking about her attacks mixed with hockey, mixed with all just her intelligence and stuff like that, like I feel like, you know what, I think that would be an awesome fruit to have, especially just all together for anything, man. Because if anyone tries to step up to you one-on-one and stuff like that, hey, if I can fight you one-on-one with hockey, I'm pretty sure two of me can fight you one-on-one with hockey. Or is it 2-on-1 with hockey, 3-on-1
Robin
with
with
hockey, 4-on-1 with hockey.
Robin with
Hey,
observation hockey would be
exactly.
the most OP. Like, she
It's
only had to look at you
broken.
directly to tangle you up. Yeah, her with.
I see you on Kate.
I just noticed you were wearing a straw hat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bro,
I just noticed that.
Bro, Robin could like break your neck without you even
Oh,
noticing.
yeah.
You. Like her
It's
arms growing
perfect.
out of your neck.
She's the perfect
Listen.
assassin.
Listen.
Oh, that
Look,
is
look.
awesome.
Hey, listen, dude will get this because I could tell he loved Robin and he a cultured man.
Mhm.
Robin would be the best wife ever. Ever, bro. She could wash the dishes, she could make you a sandwich, she could do the laundry, clean the
Hey.
house, and other things. We're not gonna say that, but other things all at the same time.
Oh,
Bro,
man.
Wait, I
ain't
got a
she hot?
question
Ain't
though.
she smart?
Can I say what my devil? I got two actually. I couldn't decide. So one,
No?
you're gonna be laughing. It's Buggy's devil fruit.
Buggies. What?
I mean, I got
Okay.
mixed
Hey,
feelings.
hey,
Get out of
that's
here.
Mr. Super God Emperor Bug to you.
Bro, it's Buggy D Clown, man. Buggy D.
But-
Yeah, Buggy D Clown, bro.
Listen, the reason I love
Super God Emperor King Buggy D Clown.
the reason I want
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
his devil fruit was because I love to like if you are like I don't like sharp things, so for me like that like immunity to sharp things, like I don't mind getting like blunt hit, but at least I'm like I don't have to get like chopped up many times. Like I don't like Mihawk like literally just like shh, and then he popped out like it was
That
nothing.
is true. That's interesting. That
And
is
if you're short, you can reach it on the top shelf. You know, like
You can never-
and you can
Like,
fly.
you can still get punched.
Yeah,
That's
I
the thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like for me I feel like I think that Buggy can like figure out like a way to fight with his devil fruit, and if you actually think about it, if he learns observation hockey and train his body good, it could have been an OP power up. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's gonna be
Didn't in
OP
the
because
SBS? I'm pretty sure in the SBS, I would have said that if Buggy was to train like Shanks did, he would be as strong as Shanks.
yeah,
Pretty sure that was in
because
SBS somewhere.
That,
it's
hey,
like it's you have like this devil fruit is crazy like like he can fly like anything that go he I feel like he can go even faster if he has observation, you know, like with his
Imagine,
like
imagine,
Oh, man.
Bug. Huh?
and
What did you
man,
say? I?
Man gets
I was repeating
man
what you're
gets
saying.
observation.
Dude,
I
thinking
mean-
Buggy with all that stuff is pretty. You know what? That's
Imagine
if he
if
was
he.
as strong as Shanks and like he had all those powers and hockey and everything. That's
Buggy's going to be the
that
next
would be
emperor.
crazy.
Think
I
about
mean,
it.
imagine
Think about it.
if Buggy.
After
Im-
after Wano, there's going to be two openings for Emperor, and it's going to be Buggy and Luffy. I'm calling it now. I'm calling it, bro. In like 2 years, hit me up, and you're going to see it's going to say fourth Emperor Buggy D Clown. Calling it
I
now.
mean, imagine if Buggy actually accepted Shank's invite.
Mhm.
Imagine if they actually went like training together, toe to toe. He would be.
He would
I
be a
mean, I don't
badass.
think. Huh?
I think he would be a badass.
He
I
would
don't.
be a god.
If.
I mean, he already is a god. He would be. He would be the one above all, man.
Except Usopp. Come on now. It's not cap.
Hey, bro, hey, don't, hey,
We all know
Soge
Usopp's
King,
gonna be the
man.
next
Basically,
Yonko.
my second one
There's,
Hey, and don't forget my dude Gaimon,
There-
bro. Don't forget my
Bro,
dude
there-
Gaimon, bro.
bro,
say
there's
my
a
second
reason
They
he's
they
called
need
Soge
that
King.
chest. He needs that chest wrapped around him, or it's just gonna unleash too much godly might into the world, bro.
Can I say the second one? Second one is Law. I lost Devil Fruit. I'm sorry.
I mean, I could
Law.
imagine being
But you,
law.
but you need to be a
Oh,
doctor to
yeah.
know how to use it.
Yeah.
You gonna go to medical school for 5 to 8 years?
She's Asian. She's got it.
She's like, no, she went silent, like, I don't know.
I already. I guess I could do it again if I go to college.
I mean, you could like fix yourself, like in
Yeah.
things that wouldn't be possible on your own, like
Hmm. I would say
making yourself
Law,
10 years younger.
but I would like I said I would go with Buggy or the slow beam.
Ah, that's broken as hell. Imagine someone
The
trying
which
to
one?
punch you.
Yeah, Foxy's Devil Fruit.
The one
man.
with the most broken ability,
If-
but using
if-
it in a fist fight.
if-
Bro.
If Buggy is God, Foxy's like the opposite. He's so ordinary. It's like there's no level that even he's not even on the spectrum of lowness. He's just like
Bro.
beyond it.
Bro, imagine, like, fuck, I forgot his name.
Mhm.
Usopp, he's going from Usopp to Soge King, and now God Usopp. Imagine his next one be Emperor Usopp, or Emperor Soge King,
Or Yonko.
No, the
Usopp.
Almighty.
or Yonko.
Yonko Usopp.
Hey, bro, don't be
Infinity
acting on
Usopp.
him.
Infinite Usopp. Infinite Usopp. The supreme deity of
yeah.
all creation.
Like just to mess with people. Let's say instead of Luffy becoming the king of the pirates, let's say Usopp being the king of the pirates.
No.
King of the pirates. Usopp.
No.
I
I don't
mean,
think that.
if Buggy can get I feel like Buggy as a joke can get like the king of the pirate, but I feel like same with with Usopp as a joke. But I feel like he would take it as well. But yeah,
Did y'all ever hear that theory that the narrator in the anime is actually like Soge, like way in the future? Because like if you listen to the narrator, the Japanese one, he sounds just like an old Sogeking, like the way he like does stuff, And like I was thinking, right? Okay, so how would this dude be alive like 70 plus years in the future for his voice to get like low and like that and stuff? I'm like, bro, Una die. Law gonna do the immortal surgery on Usopp. This dude's gonna be. Look. It's like, listen. Wouldn't it make so much sense? How was Usopp introduced into the story, right? He was introduced telling stories to Kaya. Would that not be dope for, look, last panel, all of a sudden we just see like Usopp in a bar sitting around a bunch of people and they're just listening like, huh, that's crazy.
Story.
I mean,
Hey, he's like, hey, yo, bro, that's crazy.
yeah.
Bro,
That would be cool. That would actually be really cool.
Almost
Yeah, that would be
everything.
cool.
That would be cool. But did you know that like everything Usopp said, the lies, it
Comes-
actually, yeah.
Mhm.
Bro, he knows, man. He knows.
He
He's
knows
not see-
things.
He's looking into the future.
He knows things. He's a
He got
He has a
infinite future
prophecy.
sight.
no. He has a prophecy. Just like
Katakuri learned future sight from Usopp. That's not cat. He said,
but
"Oh master, how can I get to learn the future sight like you?" He's like, "You cannot behold my infinite power. You can only look minutes into the future. I can look centuries."
but honestly, for me, like with with the ending. I feel like I want Brooke to be the one because I can see him telling stories from Laboon, saying that there's this legendary pirate named Monkey D. Luffy while playing this beautiful song, telling and this little kid with a straw hat coming along, telling him, "Hey, tell me more about this pirate king," and then he's in a twin cave telling Laboon and this little boy, and I want that ending.
I
I
hate
So
can.
to ruin your theory, but listen, a lot of people
No,
get this mistaken about
I'm
Brooks
just
Devil
saying,
Fruit.
it's
Listen,
not a
he
theory.
is
It's just on
he's
my
not
headcanon.
listen. Look, there's I always see them like fan arts of like
Yeah.
Brooke sitting next to all the Straw Hats' graves playing music. Listen, out of all the Straw Hats, Brooke's probably going to die first. The thing about his double fruit is it gives him a second life, right? So he
Mhm.
dies and he gets a second life, like the human's average lifespan. Let's just say in One Piece it's like 90 because these dudes are like superhuman, right? Okay, he already spent 50 of them years plus 52 years, so he only got about like a good 30 years more in him. So he probably gonna be the one to die first. All I'm
Actually,
saying,
let's. I'm gonna check this because I want to see how old. Because I know he's
Brooks
already 80.
92.
Yeah, 92. So that means like if he
He'll be like
uh
125 when he dies.
I feel like with his Delva fruit, like it's a revive fruit. So I feel like even if he was revived, I feel like he's going to what's it called? Still come back in different forms. I feel like.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah. You know what? It kind of. I don't want to say exactly the thing that Big Mom does, the whole placing of souls and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The fact that he can actually, take his soul out of his body and stuff like that. For all we
Yeah.
know, he can put that in inanimate objects and stuff like that. So but
mm,
later down the line, we don't know yet.
Yeah.
But we've
I
seen
mean,
for Big Mom, she can definitely take souls and put souls into freaking other
I
objects
mean
and make them think
I mean,
because
like
for part of her soul.
Kiwi said about the song thingy with Luffy. He already
mhm,
made that song. It's called
yeah.
New World.
No, I mean the song like like yo like that song.
Yeah, but
Pigs
he
and
That
already
sake.
made it.
yeah, like thing and then
Yo
telling the
ho
story.
ho, yo ho
Oh, ho,
ho
ho,
ho.
ho,
Hey, I don't
ho.
want you to copyright. Come on.
I can play that on piano, but I don't got my piano, but I can play it on the piano.
That was
My
just
piano
a
player.
little sea shanty that they just thought of. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just popped outside of our mind, man.
Little
Yeah.
sea shanty.
Big
That's
brain.
it.
Mm-hmm. And the same too. Like it's insane. Like oh my goodness.
Yeah, but
Anything that you guys want to say? Anything like besides anything before we end the stream or anything you guys want to say?
Hmm.
Yeah. Apu should be down and out. He should not be fighting X Drake right now. That's
yeah,
bullshit.
I don't know
Sorry
why
for
he's back
language,
up.
but that's bullshit. This man, listen. Let's go through all of it, bro. Let's talk. Look, he clashed with he did the thing with Luffy and Zoro, right? Got his ass beat by Kid. Then he got back up, got slashed by Zoro, right across the stress. Yeah, Itoru, Then
Mm-hmm.
this man gets up again and he's fighting X Drake. Bro, listen.
Bro, my man
And,
can take
and he's not
Apu
punches.
even
He
just
can
getting
actually
take
hit.
punches like Luffy.
He's getting hit
Apu
hard. He's
is
not just
the
getting
strongest supernova. He's the strongest.
hit.
That's why Kaido wanted the alliance with him before he even allianced with Kid. He's like, listen, man. He's like, I need to equip this guy and put him under me before he gets too powerful. If I actually met up with this guy, I'm screwed.
I mean, with
Oh
these
man.
weakness, we should get up to the rooftop. I'm just saying.
Nah.
Uh, if
He can kick rocks.
if he gets up to the rooftop, since he's still inside, Kid, Luffy, uh, Law, Zoro, and Killer, they're. I'm sorry, they're fucked. I'm sorry, I had to say it.
Oh, I
I
think
had to say it.
yeah. I have a last question. This is we need to talk about this because this is a hot topic. It's like a controversy. It's about Kid. and
Oh
what
no.
you think about Kid, because a lot of people have been very
Hmm.
disappointed with Kid, and some like think, oh, Kid hasn't shown, like they still feel. But what my question is the same thing as most people is, what are you upset? Are you still looking for something, or did you expect something to Kid or something? Let's go with Ike.
All right. Kid. I'm gonna say we're gonna bring this up here. Okay. I
Yeah.
think Kid just belongs right into the trash. That's honestly that's just what I think. Right now, like he has
Amen.
done absolutely nothing, man. He has done absolutely nothing. He's went in there, he's throwing his little metal fist up and stuff like that. He's fighting
Yeah.
him and stuff. It's doing nothing. And even like when he gets attacked and stuff, he has nothing. He's not bringing anything to the fight. The only one that's bringing things to the fight is three people, and that is freaking Luffy, that is Zoro, and that is Law. Because Law is able to move him at any time, and he's actually able to do internal damage. And this kid is just, I don't. Does he have hockey? I can't even tell if he has
He
hockey or
has
not. Like, what's
Copper's
going on?
hockey, but he doesn't have all two of them.
Exactly. like he would actually be doing something in this fight if he can apply hockey to those metal fists, that
Mhm.
big heavy metal monster he's got going on. But if, he's just doing nothing. He's like, it's like when you I guess you're a grown up kid. And then you
Yeah.
can have a little kid have a little toy gun for the store, and he said pew pew, and he shoots a little foamy darts at you, and you're just like, what? The whole time. I think that's what Kid is going through right now. I think honestly, this guy, he needs to step his game up. He's been acting like he's the boss. He's been acting like he had the highest bounty before and stuff like that, and he thought he was a badass. But clearly, he's not even bringing anything to this fight. The only person that actually brought most of it, anything into this fight, even Killer brought stuff into this fight. Honestly, he actually did more damage than he did. So I'm like, what's going on?
What about you, Pizza?
I mean, it is kind of a nice thing of Kid. You know, he has his ups and downs. I mean, he is the reason that Luffy got so bulky in Wano to begin with.
Mm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he the first time they mentioned him, okay, he was like the one that has a higher bounty than Luffy, blah de blah de blah. But the only thing he did there is like take their weapon and then like shove it out their hole, you know, a hole. Law was like, wait, what? He just swapped someone's head with a cannonball. I mean, like, what? But
That's
now it's like he doesn't have something to put on the table, you know. He's like he's there for Luffy, to be, how do you say it? Uh, get that mental fight between them, you know, like the physical, not physical, but mental fight. Like, no, I'm strong, no, I'm strong, and then like fighting each other, you know. But I mean, he is strong. What Luffy did with two hands, he did with one, and they were like on equal
okay.
footing.
Hold on. Is he a fraud to you?
I mean, it's a 50-50. He has his moments, you know. I mean, he hasn't shown a lot. He got only smacked by Kaido and
Okay.
by Shanks. He got smacked by. I mean, he hasn't had a proper. He hasn't put anything properly on the table, you know. He got
Mhm.
only. He fought stronger people out of his cockiness, you know. But that's about it. I guess it's really a mixed feeling about him.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Akuma? With Kid.
Oh, Kid, bro. Kid, I feel like he has the potential to do a lot, but
Mm-hmm.
like he's just getting like smacked. He getting the Sanji by Oda, right? Because like
Ooh, true.
and Law too in this fight. You don't mind if I talk about Law a little bit too, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I'll be right back.
Like
Okay.
Kid, you know, he ain't doing much. You know, he was portrayed in the Udon prison as like, oh yeah, him and Luffy equally strong and stuff like that. Nah, 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 nah. Nah, they just not. He's just not applying himself more. He wants to brute shit, but listen, Luffy, the only brute force dude that can be brute force and be okay with it. It's like, look, you got metal, right? And you got a dude that can use electricity. Law. Bro, combo attack. What's a conductor of electricity? Metal. What can you use? Metal. Bro. That would even make kids like power stronger because like electromagnetism and stuff, you know? That would be so awesome. And like they're disrespecting my man's law too much. Way too much, right? So they get up to the roof, right? Luffy, Red Rock, Kid, I forgot his new attack name, right? Punches Kaido. Law, I'm gonna throw some rocks at him. Bruh. Like Law, you got a gamma knife, you got all kinds of this stuff. You wanna throw rocks at this man? You throwing rocks? Like and I saw this thing.
Yeah.
I forgot where I saw it. I think it was on Discord.
Yeah.
Right, so you know how like Kid lost his arm to one of the Shanks pirates, right?
I think it was Big Mom, or I don't know. Like I'm
No, it was
confused.
Kid. I mean, it was Shanks, right? So I saw this really funny thing. So like, let me set the scene for you, right? Shanks pirates are on this island, right? Kid knows they're there. He pulls up with his crew, about to challenge the hair pirates, but they don't see the red hair pirates. They only see Lucky Roo, you know, the big guy that wears like the striped stuff, the fat guy. So Kid, of course, walks up to him all disrespectful, like he's like, "Hey, where's your captain, you fat ass?" All the kinds of shit like that, right? And then he smacks the meat out of Lucky Roo's hand. And now, for the longest time, I always wanted to know what would happen if you took away Lucky Roo's meat. I always wanted to see what he would do. And so this little like story gave me the perfect answer to that. They said that when Kid smacked the meat out of Lucky Roo's hand, Lucky Roo grabbed Kid's arm, yanked it off, and started eating it. and then once he ate all the meat off of it, he proceeded to beat all the Kid pirates with Kid's arm.
What?
Because, like, if you look at Kid's arm, right? If you get your arm cut off, and say he was to get it cut off by Shanks, Shanks uses a sword, should be a clean cut. But no, it's like rippled up his face and everything. So, like, that implies, like, tendons and stuff were ripped. So his arm had to have been ripped off. And I don't see Shanks ripping a dude's arm off. I see him, like, one-shotting Kid with the sword. And the only person I could see ripping someone's arm off, because Ben Beckman uses a gun, Yasop uses a gun. The only one we don't really see with the weapon is Lucky Roo. Kid got bodied by a fat man with a meat on a stick.
No, he was the first person to use a gun, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he was the first person to use a gun.
True.
He has a gun.
Yeah.
But I honestly feel like Lucky Roo's real weapon is like he eats all the meat off the bone and then hockeys up the bone and starts beating people. That's like his weapon. Like he does the hockey meat bone.
I can't. That's crazy. I like that though. That's interesting.
That would be so awesome. Because like I don't want to see a fat man use a gun. I want to see Yasop use a gun. I want to see the Sniper King's father use a gun. I don't want to see a fat man use a gun. I want to see. Like imagine this: you pull up to Lucky Roo, and then his opponent's just looking at him like, "What do you want to fight with?" Lucky Roo's like, "Give me a sec." Hockey's up the bone, just like the hockey on the bone, just so like dense and like potent that's just like dripping off the bone. He just beats the shit out of the opponent with the bone.
Akuma, I kind of want to add it. I want to add it. I feel like Lucky Roo can like have this like like he bites the thing, and I want to add it. He has this like big bone, and then starts smacking at people.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like he eats the meat off that bone, and then he hockeys up the bone, and then he beats people with it. That's his weapon.
All right, that's crazy. I like that though. I like that.
Yeah. They said that's how Kid lost his arm. Kid smacked the meat out of Lucky Roo's hand, so the meat was on the ground.
Mm.
And so
Yeah.
Lucky Roo wants to always have like some meat in his hand, so he grabbed Kid's arm, ripped it off, ate all the meat off the bone.
Mhm.
So it was just like a skeleton hand with the arm. Then he hockeyed up the arm and then beat all the kid pirates. And that's how they lost to the Shanks pirates. Shanks wasn't even like there. It was just Lucky Roo by himself. Because honestly, because like the server I'm from, they like power scale a lot. You
Yeah.
know, so like I could honestly see like someone like Lucky Roo being able to beat like Kid or Luffy. Honestly,
Mhm.
because I don't
Yeah.
know. Because
I don't think Luffy, because Wappo tried to eat Luffy, so I don't think that would work with Luffy. But I could see
like
others try.
the way I see it,
Listen,
right? Because we
hockey
know that
though.
Shanks has the most well
I mean,
balanced
Wappo was
crew.
trying to
I think
chomp.
if
Like
we
he
were
was
to
like,
take
oh,
all like the captains away from the Yonko crews, right? So it's just the crews. Shanks' crew would definitely be the strongest. Like they would be the
Yeah,
strongest without their
yeah, it
captain
would.
too. The captain
mhm.
just adds way more to it. So like if if Shanks part to fight Kaido pirates are get bodied. Like fuck.
Yeah, they are.
I'm sorry. I keep cussing. It was my bad. But they're getting messed up.
Yeah, you know what? On that, you know, if you actually look into it and stuff, well, look at Marco. Look at how much damage Marco is actually doing and how much he can put up. He's not even breaking a sweat. Let's think about this. He hasn't really broken a sweat. He just kind of like nonchalantly, ha ha ha, I'm helping you guys out. You see that? Like he's just doing that the whole
Yeah.
time. And it's
Yeah.
just kind of like
Someone else?
seeing his level and all of them. Oh man, Shanks Pirates is just they are on a different level.
Yeah.
And that'd be interesting. I can't wait to see them fight. Honestly, I can't wait to see any of them fight.
Someone else I really like to clown except Kid is Mihawk, right? And
Yeah.
I have multiple reasons for it, right? So
Yeah.
first of all, Mihawk couldn't kill pre-time skip Luffy. Okay, that's an L. Big L right there. Then he fought Vista. Technically, he lost. And I'll explain why. Listen, if a swordsman pulls up to you and you're the world's swordsman, you hold the world's greatest swordsman title, and they're challenging you. If you don't beat them, you lost. That's the only way you come out on top, is if you beat them. But he quit. He said, nah, B, I'm later. I'm out. To me, he lost. He said, we're going to have a rematch later. We'll get back to that in a second. Then, Shane pulls up. This man runs away. He's like, no, I ain't fighting him. I agreed to fight Whitebeard, not this dude. I'm out. And when Mihawk went to show Shanks Luffy's bounty, Shanks asked if he wanted to fight, and Mihawk was like, "No, man, I'm good." and and the only girl, because I think it's kind of like obvious that Perona and Mihawk are kind of like like a thing.
I feel like more a father.
She left.
Oh,
More like a
she
father.
left him for a giant fat guy. She left him
What
for
are we-
Moria, bro.
Listen. No, but listen, I feel like Perona and Mihawk's relationship is more of a father and a daughter.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. If anything, I wouldn't have been surprised.
I
If she,
think she caught that Yoru, if you know what I'm saying.
I'm just saying.
I think she caught that
Zoro all the way
Yoru.
back.
You know what I'm saying, bro? You get what I'm saying? She caught that Yoru. And look,
Oh,
final
man.
thing, right? Back to the Vista versus Mihawk fight, right? He said, we're going to have a rematch later. Okay, so from that point to like now, when do you think like the best time would them to have like this rematch? During the time skip, right? Like naturally during the time skip. Since we don't see it like after the time skip. So it would probably happen during the time skip if they did have the fight, right? We can agree on this? Okay. When in the anime,
I would say no on that.
recently in the anime, right? When we saw the Shishibukai get disbanded and then we switched to Mihawk, his title card didn't say World's Greatest Swordsman no more. It just said ex-warlord. So, I don't know, man. Maybe me, maybe Mihawk's not the world's greatest swordsman no more. Because if they had that rematch and he don't got that title no more, I mean, that's a pretty important title, and I don't think you would leave out a title that important. You know, like it's
I think he might be
Whitebeard, the
waiting
world's
though.
strongest man, one of the four emperors, not
Mhm.
Whitebeard, the four emperors, the world's strongest man. You know, so it'd be Mihawk, world's strongest swordsman, also a warlord. But nah, they
Mhm.
just said Mihawk, ex warlord. That's it.
Mhm.
That's all
Well,
I'm
thank
saying,
you
man.
guys for being here in the stream and the review chapters. It was very amazing chapter. Go Robin, like we want more
Yeah,
Robin
Robin Chan.
content. We want more of her savageness against,
Hmm.
Oh, that.
Smacking some
need that.
bit.
So,
Yeah, Robin hit her with.
before we leave, please subscribe and don't forget to hit that notification to get more of my content and see the
Mhm.
guys again the next week when we have
The
the
big
next chapter.
boys.
There's no break, so keep in mind that
Hell yeah.
we yeah, so we're excited. So there's no break. So just hit that notification if you guys want to see more of this content, and I'll be doing more about other series like Black Clover and other series like My Hero as well in this channel too. So don't forget to hit that notification to get more of my content. All right. And Aiki, Pizza and Akuma, do you guys want to say something or say goodbye to the
Um, Thanks for having me. I really like the vibe here. You know, thanks
Mhm.
for having me first time. You know,
Yeah.
and do they know that about the thing? You remember the thing we talked about? You know, like
Yes.
the other
I already,
thing.
Thing.
Do they
yes,
know
Huh?
about that though?
I already put it in
So
the description. Don't worry. I got you.
no, not that thing. The other thing, like this thing with
Oh,
Black
what do you
Clover.
Oh yeah. I did mention like with Black Clover
Yeah,
thing. Yes.
y'all gonna be seeing a little bit more. I'm about to pull up on the Black Clover podcast. Yeah.
Yes. And you have anything you want to say, Aiki?
It's good to be on here. I think it's fun to do this and everything like that. If you guys have questions or anything like that, don't be afraid to put them in the comments at any time. Of course, some of you will be able to see this later on. If you guys want to see us talk about anything in particular, have questions about anything, we're very welcome to answer them. And you know what? It's fun doing this.
Mhm. What about you, Pizza? Do you have
I,
anything to say?
I mean, it's always fun here. It's the first time I got into here. I mean, it's a pretty new experience for me. I haven't had like a lot of people to talk about. The most recent chapters of One Piece, and doing it like a podcast is a really nice and new experience. Very fun people to talk to as well. So I'm glad that you invited me again. Thank you for that.
Hey, you guys are basically my co-hosts, so you guys are
Hey, let's
Thank
go,
you.
boys and
It's
girls.
fun.
so
Yeah.
technically you guys are here every Friday.
Yeah, that's true.
So thank you guys so much, and thank you for having us. And thanks. Bye.
Bye.